Follow me on Twitter for your chance to win a piece of my summer action for free. The World Series of Poker $1,000 double stack event, 40,000 starting chips. Blinds start at 100, 100. Yesterday was the 5,000 plus person seniors event, so I expect a lot of overflow from the elderly. Shout out to all the seniors out there. I'm not hating, just saying you guys play a little bit too tight. Hopefully I can get some bluffs through and out-knit you guys. Let's get some coolers. Aces versus kings, set over set. Let's build a stack, not punt it off for once. Seems like the comments are getting pretty vicious out there. You guys don't like seeing me lose, and you don't like seeing marginal plays that could be bad. Let's bag and tag. With blinds at 100, 100, we're seven-handed. Two stacks are being blinded out. I have 43,000 in my stack, feeling good. Under the gun +1 makes it 300. Gentleman on my right puts in the call. I'm on the button with two black jacks. Automatic 3-bet spot, I make it 1,500. Blinds full, then original raiser puts in the call. We're heads up. The flop comes 9, 4, 3 rainbow. Great flop for jacks. He checks. I down bet to 1,200. And he puts in the check raise to 3,800. What's he repping? A set? A slow played overpair? Queens plus? Trying to find out where he's at with a 9X. We put in the call in position. The turn is a 5. Ace deuce gets there, and of course 6-7 gets there. Could have something like 4-5. He bets out 5,000 chips, and I put in the call. The river is an offsuit 7. It was rainbow on the turn. He has 23,300 behind, and he wagers all of his chips. We have him covered. What sixes does he have in his range? Does he have pocket sixes? Or does he just have 6-7, ace deuce? Or does he have a set like from the get-go, and he's not afraid of me having one to the straight? Not many sixes in my 3-betting range pre-flop. I don't know what level he's thinking on, but this is a reasonable value shove with a set, even with a one-liner to a straight. What bluffs could he have? Is he turning a pair into a bluff? Repping a set? Not sure. He is shoving over 220 blinds on the river in the first level of a $1,000 World Series of Poker event. What would you guys do in this situation with a pair of jacks? I say out loud that the story doesn't make sense. Something doesn't add up, but am I gonna just call it off with one pair in this spot? I've been making a lot of bad decisions lately. The question is, what decision would be worse? Getting bluffed here? Or getting value owned here? I eventually put in the fold, give my man credit. I ask to see the bluff, and he shows me ace jack. It's the summer of wrong decisions. Let's take a page out of George Costanza's book and do the opposite of what our instincts tell us for the rest of the day.
Every decision I've ever made in my entire life has been wrong.
If every instinct you have is wrong, then the opposite would have to be right.
Yes. I will do the opposite. My name is George. I'm unemployed and I live with my parents.
I'm Victoria. Hi.
That's gotta work. It's the summer of Jeff, after all. Come on, let's go.
I also remember going to South Africa with him one time.
Yet another person stops me in the Rio hallway to say that they like the videos, and here he is.
I would like to be like Mr. Boski. I want to win the tournament, and I think because of him, I'm going to win that tournament.
Oh, special guest appearance. Mike Hague, you might know him from the highest rated PokerTube interview ever. Michael, let me ask you, poker, it's been a great venture for all of us. You have a unique story. Can you tell the audience a little bit about how you got into poker?
Well, yeah, got into poker a bit of a different way from most people. It wasn't online, it wasn't in casinos. I learned poker while I was in prison. I went to federal prison. I was there for about 3+ years, and I learned there.
And of course, fight at the Venetian.
Win a hand, get the high hand, and then I go to take a quick break. I choke a guy out. I'm like, oh, night's good now.
How you guys doing?
The woman saver, the showstopper, the rear naked choke.
Yeah, man.
How you doing, man?
I'm blushing now.
30,000 chips, coming back to 200, 400. Second hand off the deck, folds to a recreational and cutoff. He makes it 1,200. I'm in the big blind with 10-9 off. Let's play a pot. Put in the call. Flop comes Jack, 7, deuce, 2 hearts, 1 club. I check and he checks. The turn is a 7. Good time for us to bet. Get him to fold ace high, king high type hands. I bet 1,400 and he calls. Did bring a backdoor flush draw. There's 2 flush draws out there. A lot of draws. And the river is a 7. So we can have a lot of boat combos. Time to make it look like we're gonna fake value bet. I bet 2,500. And he puts in the call. I show my 10 high and he shows king 9 offsuit. Well played. Just got owned by king high. Pretty embarrassing. Let's get back at it. 25,000 chips. My man Sean, we meet again.
Got the lucky shirt, dog.
Oh, damn. I remember buying that shirt.
You did, yeah. Brought it all the way across the country with me.
Great. What we got here? We got the Voodoo Lobster Bisque with the $20 crab cake. Thanks, Voodoo. But we got a view. There's a storm of ruin. Is it going to be a tornado of chips coming my way, or a downfall of sadness? And probably, I don't know. Varying pieces from like 40 to 60. Thanks. Always good to catch up with Sean. Great dinner at Voodoo. Got the salmon this time. Maybe 6 out of 10.
Oh, yay. Smith. We're gonna do it.
Why are you laughing? It's not allowed.
Pretty card dead, spot dead all day. Really demoralized after that initial bluff, really set the tone. Tried to set mine a few times, missed, folded, and a few other hands didn't go my way, and we've been chipping down steadily all the way to about 16,000 until at 4,800, cutoff opens to 2K. I'm on the button with King, Queen of Hearts. 20 blinds, easy shove, we're all in. Everybody folds except the original raiser, who thinks about it and folds, claiming he had a small pair. All right, we'll take it. Didn't want to flip anyways. I'll pick up ace king a few times and win a few small pots. Things are going a lot better. Got some friendly chatter at the table. It's always good for the morale. Let's stay positive. Another 3 levels before we bag up. I have about 25,000. 25 big blinds going to the next level. Let's bag and tag. Blinds are 500, 1,000. We have 25,000 and lose some chips. Raise king jack off to 2,200. Big blind defends. Flop comes ace, 8, 7. Check, check. Turn is a 9. He bets. I fold. few hands later, I open sixes, get called by the small blind. Flop comes jack 8 deuce, check check, turns a 8, check check, river's a 10, he bets and I fold. So those are two ways of losing pots. Eventually we have about 17,000, the very last hand of 500, 1,000, action folds with the cutoff. Same guy who triple barrel bluffed me off of jacks 10 hours ago. Makes it 2,400 to go. Guy on my right calls out the small blind and I look down at ace 8 off. Don't want to fold, don't want to call, don't really want to jam. But should be a pretty decent squeeze spot. We got the ace blocker, so I put in the jam. Original razor rejams. Uh-oh. Other guy folds. We're up against pocket threes. And we have video.
Sit down, please.
Yes, I'm due to win a flip. Let's hit it. Oh yeah, 9 on the turn. Counter. Fit. 8. All right. Here we go.
Got that old money. Yeah, they never really had to do anything in their lives.
With blinds at 600, 1,200, 1,200, a lot of action regulars from all over the world at my table. Very bad table draw, but that's okay. We're gonna emerge as victor. We're table captain, god damn it. Action folds to the cutoff, who opens to 2,500. Aggressive button makes it 7K. Small blind folds. I'm in the big blind with ace king offsuit. Probably my favorite hand in all of poker. Pretty cut and dry spot here. It's time for the cold 4-ball. We ship it in. Original razor folds. Second guy asks for an exact count. 43,000 is the count. He has us covered, and he says big suited ace, flashes the ace of diamonds, and we take it down. Nice chip up there. Let's keep the momentum going. With blinds at 612, low jack opens. We're on the button with ace 5 of clubs. The new pocket aces. We do have room to 3-bet fold now, but these are pretty aggressive seasoned players. I think it might be better just to flat on the button, play some flops. We do flat, small blind folds, and Leaf Force is in the big blind. He puts in the call. We see a flop of ace 5-4 rainbow. Bingo, bango, bongo, Vince. We got top 2. Action does check to us though. Hopefully we don't lose our customers. I bet 4,000. Leaf smiles, laughs, and calls. I don't view that as very strong, but the other guy folds. The turn is a queen. I don't put him on ace queen. He might have a set, but we're gonna find out. He checks, I bet 10,000, and he calls. Still think I have the best hand. The river brings an 8, so the 6-7 does get there. Pretty unlikely. He checks to us, and I have about 30,000 or so behind. So I just bet 20,000, planning on folding to a jam, as crazy as that sounds. Maybe I wouldn't fold, but that was kind of the plan. I bet 20,000, he snap calls, and we win. We now have 80,000 chips.
Keep you awake, size poker priorities, top of the top 3 list.
Aggro European male opens to 3,300. Under the gun +2, I'm in middle position with ace jack offsuit. Thanks to the Raise Your Edge Tournament Masterclass range viewer charts, we can see what to do with every hand in every situation in every position. In this example, ace jack is a clear 3-bet fold. I've been playing very tight all day. Blinds are up, stakes are up. Let's use our image to our advantage. I make it 10,000. Action folds back to him and he puts in the call. He has 40,000 behind. Plan was to 3-bet fold if he did shove. Let's see a flop in position. The flop comes 10-4 deuce, 2 spades. I got a spade. It's the ace of spades. I check back. He's gonna continue with all of his mid pairs. Maybe even ace king, ace queen type hands that he didn't shove with pre-flop. Turns a 9. He checks, I check. And the river's a jack of spades. The flush gets there, but we got top pair. And he leads out for 13,000. Not sure what he's repping here. You could have something like Queen Jack suited, King Jack suited, maybe even thin value with a 10, but I think he's gonna bet that mostly on the turn. But our hand is way too strong to fold and not strong enough to raise, so I put in the call and he shows ace queen of clubs and we take down a nice pot.
I don't know, like 700 or 800,000 or something. Yeah. I don't follow poker at all.
There's crickets in the background, and action folds to another aggro tough rag on the button who shoves all in for just over 20,000. I'm in the big blind with ace-5 offsuit. I know his range is very wide here. Sometimes you just got to gamble. I put in the call, and he shows queen-4 of spades. The board comes all bricks, no pairs, no draws, and we eliminate a player and chip up again. Yeah. With blinds at 800, 1600, a guy named Doc on my right, open limps. I'm next act, late position. With pocket nines, I put in the raise to 6,000. Everyone folds and we're heads up. The flop comes 4, 4, 3, 2 diamonds. Great flop for my nines. He checks, I bet 5,500. He puts in the call. He's got a lot of smaller pairs than mine and some flush draws. When the turn is an 8, another great card. He checks, I bet 11,000. Making it nice and easy for him to continue with all of his worst hands. Out of position, he calls. The river's an 8. Pairing the board, great board for nines, and all of a sudden he leads out for 13,000. Very small bet relative to the pot size. I could see him doing this with the hands like 5s, 6s, and 7s. But just in case he has 8x of diamonds or something, or a slow played big pair, no reason to raise here. We put in the call. He shows the ace of diamonds, and we take down another nice pot.
Everything that's on the slip needs to be on the outside of the bag. Once you're done with that, white copy to the dealer, yellow in the bag, pink is yours.
$195,400 in the bag. How you sitting, Tommy?
The good old 20 bigs.
20 bigs, 1 hour levels, plenty of time. And we find a bag, our first of the series. Only took 11 levels of play. It's midnight. We started at 10 o'clock in the morning. Day 2, great levels, huge stack. Our patience paid off. We didn't tilt too hard, and now we're gonna punish them. Let's get him on day 2. Stay tuned. Day 2 of the $1,000 World Series of Poker double stack. We're chip leader at the table. Still have to hand in mob our opponents. We know of a guy from Austria and an online girl. Shilling ain't easy. A lot of history there. We'll be able to adjust accordingly. We're gonna be aggressive today. We're playing to win. It is a long tournament, but we want to position ourselves as chip leader so we can dominate the final table. Let's get it.
It's my first main event. So.
Oh, nice.
Can't wait to play this one.
Draw looking pretty tough. We got a guy from Germany on our left. That's never good news. All he knows how to say is 3-bet. Yeah. So we'll see how we can say 4-bet. Nice meeting you, Christian.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to the vlog.
Thank you.
With blinds at 1,000, 2,000, middle position, 60-year-old Caucasian male, it makes it 4,000. I'm in the big blind with Queen Jack of spades. Easy to defend, could 3-bet, but we'll see a flop. Flop comes 10, 9, 9, 2 spades. That's a straight flush draw. I check, he checks behind. Turn is a king of hearts. Doesn't get much better than this, so just in case he has like ace, king, king, queen, king, jack type of hand, we're gonna bet big, 8,000. He puts in the call. The river is the king of clubs, not spades. So now we have to figure out what hands will he call a bet with versus which hands is he going to bet with. I don't think he's ever going to bet ace high. I don't think he's ever going to bet a 10, but he might call these two hands against a 12K bet. So I bet 12K with the intention of folding to a raise. He thinks about it and makes it 28K. So he hit runner, runner, king. We don't have a straight flush, and we lose a pot, and we have 165,000 chips. With blinds at 1,200, 2,400. Low jack opens to 5,300. I put in the call with queen, 10 of spades. Folds to the same elderly Caucasian male. In the big blind, he makes it 17-8. He has about 65,000 behind. Original razor folds. We're getting a pretty good price. We got position, and we got a suited Broadway hand. So let's see a flop. Flop comes king, queen, deuce. He checks, I check. Turns a 4, he checks, I check. At this point, I'm putting him on something like pocket 10s, pocket jacks. And the river's a 7, and he bets out 35,000. Our hand's extremely under-repped with mid-pair. The question is, why would he turn his jacks or 10s into a bluff? Small chance he has ace-X and is just trying to buy it. We eventually put in the fold, and he shows pocket queens. Dodged one there. On first break with 180,000 from 195,000. Table's pretty tough, but we're gonna pick our spots and 3-bet a lot more. We did pass up on a few 3-bet spots that were pretty marginal, but sometimes you gotta go for it.
$3,000.
Raise.
Pokermeals.com. Turkey meatball wrap. Pulled off a nice river bluff with ace high, 30K river bet. Couple raise and take it, couple C bet and take it, and we're at about 240,000. Blinds at 2-4,000. I defend jack 7 off, 9,000 raise. Flop comes 7-5-3. Check call a big bet, 17,000. Turns a king. Backdoor diamonds are getting there. I check and he bets 42,000. Tough spot. He could be repping the king. He could have turned a flush draw. He could be barreling with 8-9. And I put in the call. And the river is the 4 of diamonds. Horrible card. I think about bluffing it, but instead I check. And he declares he has a set of 3s. Of course that's good. And now I have 145,000. And we're here with
Ruler Divine. What's up, people?
Check out his hot new single,
I Had a Grinder. Video coming soon. Will be filmed in the Amazon room on June 20th. You're welcome to come too.
June 20th?
Yeah, 7 a.m. in the morning. So if you want early morning.
Well, I might have to pull an all-nighter for that one.
Yeah. What event are you in? Are you in the
Day
1K?
2. Yeah, day 2.
Yeah, me too.
Nice. How
We're
you
a little
doing?
short. We got 90K.
All right.
Took a couple rough ones, but
We're close to the money, though.
yeah.
We're almost there.
We're knocking on the door, baby.
Let's get the money.
Let's go.
Boom.
Nice to meet you.
Check him
bro.
out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, man.
I will take a copy next time you get a chance.
Congratulations, everyone. You're all in the money.
Pretty uneventful. A few small pots, mostly folding. As the bubble approached, as predicted, the big stacks were opening very wide. I was sitting there with 20 to 25 blinds with no hands to rejam. And eventually we make the money. Over 6,000 entrants. We're now on dinner break. 800 remain. It's gonna be a long journey, but it's gonna be worth it in the end. Let's bag up on day 2. 4 more levels tonight. We're right off the feature table. We have a special guest appearance. The man, the myth, the legend who answers every Twitter question imaginable, sometimes 100 times a day. A valuable resource if you're gonna be playing at the World Series of Poker. None other than Kev Math. 60 seconds. What's your experience been like so far this year at WSOP, WSOP Czar, at Kev Math Poker, at Kev Math WSOP, Kev Math Questions, Ham and Egger?
Hey guys! It's been it's been quite the 3 weeks here at the WSP. You know, we've had the Big 50, 28,000 plus entries. You know, the Madhouse. You know, as Jeff said, you know, answering all the questions, the same ones repeatedly. I'm kind of tired of answering the ones about if your stack's in play at the beginning, if you pre-register or not. You know, but you know what? I'm here. I'm having a good time. Getting paid. What more can I say? It's been, you know, I cashed in the daily deep stack last week. Had 14 beers. That's pretty strong, right?
Wow, that's good value.
That was very good value. Yeah, I actually doubled my 250 buy-in, went $500. That's my highlight of the summer so far.
You probably play better on the 14th beer.
I think I did. I was definitely a lot tighter.
Tighter?
Yeah. I'm not.
What?
The more sober I am, the looser I play.
And there you have it. 60 seconds with Kev Math. That's 2.5 weeks of World Series of Poker summed up into 60 seconds. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's get back to the tournament. 4 more hours before we bag up and make a day 3. Is it possible? At my table is none other than Mr. Jack 9 of Clubs himself. Is that right?
Yeah.
TJ Cloutier. What do you got to say to people at YouTube?
Hi, YouTube. Hello. I don't know what to say. I hope everybody does good in poker. That's all I can say.
I fold every hand for 40 minutes, waiting for a spot, About 120,000 chips left, and I'm in the big blind. 16,000 of that is in the middle. It folds to the small blind. An aggressive European male, aged 24, who shoves all in for 400,000. I look down at ace-6 offsuit. Pretty good spot. We put in the call. He's going to be shoving probably 75% of hands here. Ace-6 is good with all the money out there. He shows ace-jack. And we have video.
Heart.
Any heart? No heart? Good in.
Okay.
And I'm out. 682nd place. Over 6,000 people. Almost top 10% of the field. 17 hours of play. Minimal return on my investment. Welcome to Tournament Poker.